Good evening, Lisa Boyce, Watchwoman 65. I'm going to start this off with this. I know thy works, that thou art neither hot nor cold. I would that thou were cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew you out of my mouth. Because thou sayest, I am rich, and increased with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not thou art wretched, and miserable, and poor, and blind, and naked. I counsel thee to buy of me gold, tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see. Revelation 3:15-18. I titled this Black Lives Matter. All these Laodicean false gospel so-called pastors are funding this organization. A false teacher, Laodicean heretic, Joel Osteen, myth that the race riots seem to have canceled out the LGBT pride marches, decided to march instead with Black Lives Matter and Antifa for Blackout Tuesday in Houston. He had plenty of company with his Laodicean buddies like John Hagee, Paula White, Tony Evans, and others stepped in to join him. If you ever wanted to see a picture of the lukewarm and useless Laodicean church of the last days, this is it. This is often Now the End Begins, by the way. It says Joel Osteen can do this because when you don't stand for anything, you find that you can associate with anybody, a very broad and divisive and diverse group of people. These marches are the very symbol of lawlessness in America, and have left tens of millions of dollars worth of damage and over 12 people dead so far. Yet these Laodiceans, frauds, find themselves right at home with these criminals. People still support these people. I don't even call them people. How come no one marching? How come no one is saying anything about the black officer that lie in the street with a gunshot wound? Father of 5, grandfather of 10, David Dorn, the black police officer that was shot to death while they were filming him bleeding to death on Facebook. I thought Black Lives mattered. What about the black-owned businesses that people have lost? I thought Black Lives matter. It don't matter. See, this is all a higher agenda. This is why I came on here with the past videos to tell you all. This has nothing to do with black lives. It has nothing to do with anybody's lives. It has everything to do with power and control. Like I said, these groups will probably be the ones that will help the Antichrist fulfill his agenda. But we won't be around to find out, because the church will be caught up in the rapture, the harpazo. That cop's life didn't matter at all. The person filmed that, put it on Facebook, and didn't even help him. He laid there dead. People, wake up. Wake up. The LGBT, elemental PQ, whatever they are, pride marches canceled, so Joel Osteen marches with Antifa and Black Lives Matters instead. Despite the fact, it goes on to say, despite the fact that there are a few peaceful protesters, it's undeniable that these protests are not peaceful. Not at all. Now, we got the weekend coming up. Everything is calming down. It's somewhat quiet. Just wait. Just wait. And in the midst of the complete and total act of defiance against law and order, anyone in these streets marching with these people should be seen as participants. Their very presence is an act of approval of what's taking place, even if you speak against it. People like Joel Osteen have been given over to a reprobate mind. I know people don't want to hear that. I know people have a hard time with that. Don't matter, it's true. It is true. From a Christian perspective, it's normally best to disassociate, especially if you're a so-called pastor. Disassociate from chaotic rebellion against government, especially when the cause has devolved from a righteous movement to an unrighteous power grab, with an end goal of destruction of Western civilization. But, I forgot, my bad. Joel Osteen isn't a Christian anyway. He's a false so-called preacher. So what do we expect? Joel Osteen, a fake pastor, a pretend Christian, has, however, been spotted marching along with the hooligans in the street of Houston, Texas, where his multi-million-dollar enterprise is headquartered. Almost exactly a year ago, he was spotted marching with Lady Gaga at a gay pride parade. I guess since pride festivals have been canceled, this is the second best for him. At least he's wearing a black mask. Wake up, people. The rapture is here. It's time to get saved. It's time to stop supporting these false so-called teachers and preachers like Joel Osteen, Paula White, John Hagee. Who's the other one? Kanye West? Or is it Kanye? My bad. Sorry. I'm just here to give you a little bit of light of what's going on. Again, the closer we get to the rapture, the more people's true colors come out. If they were evil before, they're even more evil now. If they were false before, they're even more false now. So what do? Sow a seed. Hopefully they'll get it. If they don't get it, that's between them and God. But my focus right now is on Christ and the rapture of the church and getting as many people as I can through this channel saved. That's the mandate that God has given me, and that's the mandate that I intend on keeping until we're gone. I will continue to speak about the rapture, and I will continue to encourage you the best way I can. That's all I have. Thank you.